Morning to you. We are excited to bring you another fantastic episode of Morning Delights, packed with inspiration, motivation, and dynamics. I'm John Ime, your host, and with me is my co-host Pearl Omori. Hello, Pearl. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. Good morning, John. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Morning Delight. Get ready for a dose of motivation and a whole lot of excitement. We've got an incredible lineup for you, and it's all happening here tonight.
Yes, indeed. We'll be sharing a dose of words of wisdom, fit and fresh for a great start to your day. Quick cuisine to make that difference in your mealtime routine.
That's actually my favorite part of the show. But meanwhile, we should also keep you posted on the hot bill on our next edition. Today, a touch of sporting events all around the world with Scott will do us some good. On the guest segments, get ready for an exciting conversation with the phenomenal Honorable Maria Epo, a powerhouse member of the Edo State House of Assembly and former Deputy Speaker, as we ignite the celebration of International Day for Women and Girls of African Descent. I'm happy and glad to be a woman and we're being celebrated. I hope this coming to you, Shelly.
That's right. Just a quick one. We are live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And a repeat broadcast is on Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join us on our social media handles on YouTube at NTA Benin and on Instagram at NTA Benin Morning Delight for a taste of pure goodness. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Let's start with words of wisdom, a time for reflection. That was some inspirational words there. Pearl,
Yes.
words of wisdom.
Of course, we can agree less.
Yes, wisdom is such an essential oil and is the oil you need for everything you do. So let's abide by words of wisdom.
Exactly.
We move on to fit and fresh, and our fitness expert takes us through strength building routine to keep us fit. Let's see fit and fresh.
Are you ready to transform your body and mind? Fit and Fresh today focuses at strength exercises, also known as resistance training, a vital component of overall fitness, contributing to increased muscle mass, improved bone density, and enhanced functional fitness. Regular strength training offers numerous benefits, including weight management, improved mental well being, while also reducing the risk of chronic conditions like diabetes and hypertension, to mention a few. Our fitness coach walks us through.
Research has shown that sedentary lifestyle is not good. It shortens our lives. So fitness helps us to cut that sedentary lifestyle. You know, all those people that work in offices where they sit for long hours, press phone, or they are always watching television. It's not very good at all. It reduces your lifespan. But fitness now will help you. You know, if you sit down for a very long time, it's advised you stand up, you walk around, so that you wouldn't be so inactive. Now, where fitness helps is most of us are not aware that food we eat, certain things we do affect our health. So working out and living a healthy lifestyle will help us a long way. The gym now will create an avenue where you can walk out, sweat out those toxins out your body.
Workout that helps you tone the muscles around your stomach. So that's what the exercise is for. So in as much as you do that type of exercise, you still have to work on your diet, because you can do that exercise, you can do it and you won't get any results. So you have to watch what you eat so that the workout will be very effective.
To look fit and healthy, to burn fats. That's why I'm working out.
By including strength exercises into your fitness routine can have a significant impact on your overall health and well-being. Get started today and see the benefits for yourself.
With some exciting workout routines for you. Trust me, there's nothing like physical exercises. It's the only way to stay fit and healthy. Pearl, do you agree?
Absolutely. Exercise is part of a healthy lifestyle.
All right, coming up is our special guest for the day, Honorable Maria Edeko, esteemed member of the Edo State House of Assembly and former Deputy Speaker. Together, we'll dive into the significance of the International Day of Women and Girls of African Descent, celebrating the phenomenal contribution of women and girls in our community. Get ready for an empowering conversation, but first, let's take a quick look at her profile. Welcome back to the studios. You've seen that impressive profile of our guests, the Honorable of Edo State House of Assembly, Honorable Maria Edeko. You are welcome to Morning Delight.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here, ma'am.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Well, we're celebrating the International Women and African Girl Child of African Descent. I'm proud to be a woman. I know you're proud too.
So proud.
So, I think I'm going to start with the first question, ma'am. What do you think is the biggest challenge that the women and the girls are facing?
Thank you. I celebrate every woman today globally, and particularly women of African descent. It's good to be a woman. We are proud to be women. And, for ages past, women have suffered marginalization. a lot of cultural barriers, even in the developed countries. So women of African descent, specifically, they have been relegated. Racism, gender discrimination, socioeconomic discrimination, cultural barriers, all of these, they are issues that have, made it very difficult for women's potential to be assessed. And it's good that the United Nations and other international bodies and other men and women of goodwill, they are beaming the searchlight on issues that bother women today. So you find out everywhere there is underrepresentation of women. Women, they are not on the decision table. And we've told anybody that cares to hear, to listen, as long as women are denied access to representation, they are not on decision-making table, there is no nation that can make progress. So I celebrate women for their resilience. Despite all these challenges, women, we are who we are. Thank you.
All right, Honorable. With all these challenges that you have spelled out, that women of African descent they face, what inspires you? Because I can name a few women who have succeeded despite these challenges. What inspires you about some of these women who have succeeded and broken barriers?
Thank you so much. You know, when I think most women, generally, women have succeeded, is it at the home front? We are the ones that all the great personalities you find globally, women gave birth to them, women raised them. When you look at women, like I mentioned, despite the marginalization of women, women have excelled. If you go to any institution these days, I'm a law teacher, you go to a law class, go to the Nigerian law school today, you find out that over 70% of the first class graduates, they are the girl child. You go to the legal profession also, go to the bench, the bar, women are now, overpopulating even those areas, because those are the things you do with your intelligence. It means the girl child is very, very intelligent. In Africa, in diaspora, you will understand that women, in those days, nobody would send a girl child to school. You would prefer to send the male. And I recount a very bad incident where a girl child was almost in her final year, and the younger brother gained admission. They wanted her to drop out of school for the brother to go to school, but it took the grace for the young man to say, no, let sister continue with her education. But women, we are quite focused. We are intelligent, like I have said. If you look people like our daughter of blessed memory, Dora Akunyili,
Yes.
when she managed NAFDAC, you could see what she achieved.
Yes.
Incorruptible. Look at Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She's doing great. And look at the university system. You find a lot of women professors. So it means when you unlock the potential of women, women have capacity to do very well. I am here today, like I tell people, I'm the first woman commissioner from my hometown, Uromi. And Chief Anthony Enahoro moved for the independence of this country. That will show you the systemic and the cultural barrier against the girl child. If Chief Enahoro moved for the independence of this country. Only in these last few years, a girl child could become a commissioner. I'm the first woman parliamentarian from Eastern Northeast.
That's impressive.
It shows you the odds against women. And when you look at the hurdles you need to pass as a woman to get to where the men are, you need almost 10 times the effort of a man. Well, all of these, the country suffers for it. You go to the diaspora, the challenges the women of African descent suffer is outweighs that of the men. So a lot of women, they are doing very well. If you go to countries like Rwanda, you know, that country experienced genocide as an African nation. But after the genocide, they realized their error. And the constitution of Rwanda today, the way it's crafted, the women have about 30% inclusion. You have persons with disability, you have youth, you have the professionals. Even after the election, the minority that the opposition that failed in the election, a certain number of them, they are brought into government.
Okay.
So that is why Rwanda has become a global example of a country that have, you know, made great strides in terms of development. It shows that inclusion is very germane for the development of any nation. So women, we always excel, they excel in everything you do when you are talking about competence. But you know, in terms of politics in this part of the world, it is not about your competence. The people at the decision table that we choose whether a woman can be a candidate in an election or not, they are the men. Because they've been there for ages and they tell you it's power struggle. But so when in the gender palace, we tell them that two persons of unequal strength, that is not equitable. When you put them on the same pedestal and you tell them to, you know, to struggle for anything, that is not equitable, that is not fair. So we may have huge capacity to do well if we unlock their potential.
That was really insightful, Honorable.
Yeah.
I would have been angry if you didn't mention your name and your profile when we're calling out those women.
Thank you.
Well, moving on with the question. You said something about these women having a lot of challenges trying to forge ahead, especially aspect of politics, leadership, education, and what have you. Now, how do you think we can create more opportunities for these women to express their full potential and achieve their goals? Like you said, two individuals of equal strength. Let them go there. How can you create this opportunity for them to be able to diversify into any of the aspects of life they want to?
Thank you. You know, like I said, that women are very intelligent. And I have said, if it is something you need to do with just your intelligence, women, they are very great, you know. Today, at the National Assembly, in the House of Rep, there's a bill that is being sponsored by the Deputy Speaker at the House of Representatives, Kalu. The bill is talking about reserved seats for women. Because when you look at the countries that are doing well in terms of women representation today, they have been deliberate, they've been intentional in solving their problem. One of the homegrown approach the House of Rep is adopting is to create reserved seats for women. What is this reserved seat all about? The reserved seat is saying that women can contest for the regular seats, the normal ones. But in addition to that, because they are marginalized group, because they are disadvantaged, because they are not on the decision table where you pick who and who can contest in an election. That we should have 1 seat per state at the level of Senate plus FCT. That would be 37 seats that women will contest for exclusively. A woman in APC, a woman in PDP, a woman that is in Labour, in any party. It will just be only women that will contest for that 1 seat per state at the Senate level. Then at the House of Rep level, 1 seat per state, 1 in FCT. That is another 37. At the state level, each state will be divided into 3 senatorial districts, 1 woman from each senatorial district. That would be 108. When you put these together, because as we speak, Nigeria specifically, we are about, when you look at the, compared to other African countries, Rwanda, in terms of the percentage of women representation in parliament, Rwanda is about 60+%. But Nigeria, we are just 3.6. We have 3.6 representation of women in parliament, which is abysmally low. Really to have a cure for that, that is why we are talking about the reserve seat. It's going to go through the House of Rep, and we are talking to our sons that are in the majority. Women are the greatest number of people that vote in an election. We vote them in to represent us, not their personal interest, not their masculinity, not that, oh, these people, women, these seats now, we are not taking from the existing seats. They are reserved just for women. It does not disturb anybody, because what we have found is that the men, with all due respect, they think that the existing seats are for them. Each time you say give women affirmative action, they will tell you whose seat do they want to take. So now we are not troubling them over the existing seat. Women can still contest for those ones. But this reserved seat will only just be for women exclusively. And if you look at it, the cost of having this extra seat for the national budget is less than 1%. It really costs less than 1% increase in the national budget. For the National Assembly, is less than 0.02%. But the cost of not having women in parliament to have input into the decisions we make in this country, the cost, what we pay as a nation, is over 95%, harm we are doing to the country. So the way, that is one way we've devised to, solve this problem. The bill is going to go through the House of Rep. If it gets through, it's going to go to the Senate. If it says through at the Senate, it will come to the Houses of Assembly. And we need 2/3 majority to get this bill passed into law. And even when we pass this bill, women will not still have up to even 70% representation. And it's going to be more, cumbersome, because for Senate, only 1 per state. So the woman is going to be canvassing for vote around the entire state. It's going to be like governorship election for the woman. For the House of Rep, it's going to be the same thing. So this is a very, in short, the problems, no matter what you talk about, is it gender-based violence, any marginalization that women suffer from, all the problem, having a constitutional provision to have women representation will solve about 60 to 70% of that problem. Thank you.
Nicely said, Honorable. Now, with all this you've said, we want to know, how do women and girls of African descent, how do they get seen or heard? What do they need to do so that they can come out, some of them, from their shell? How do they get seen or heard?
Well, what we are saying today, I have been an advocate. We are mentoring younger ones. that women professionals must join politics. You must register with a political party of your choice. We have women that are registered in political parties, but they are our mothers that are in the rural community. You know, the sad thing is, when you ask them to bring a woman to occupy a position, when they look around, they will tell you, oh, there's no educated woman among the ranks and file. So the party in their constitution, or most of the parties, what they did was to say, oh, woman leader. The only duty she has is to go and mobilize women to come and vote for the men. And that cannot be the mandate. So for women to be up there, women professionals, those in this studio, those in academics, the engineers, the doctors, they need, you don't need to only just be good in your professional area. You must participate in the governance of your country. And you know what happened? When women get married, they don't participate in the activities from where they come from, their local government of origin. They don't. And also where they are married, they don't participate in anything there. So if you don't exist, it means there is no way that people can recognize you. So women, we are mobilizing, and I'm glad NTA, we are here. You are very strong in terms of advocacy. We need to tell women that, women enlightened, that are educated, they need to come into the political space. There is room for women. So if you don't come out, nobody's going to pick you from your husband's kitchen.
Of course not. Thank you so much, Honorable. We'll still keep you here. Well, we still have the honor of keeping Honorable Maria Ideko here because she has really been insightful. And someone special will be joining us soon on set to add more sparkle in celebrating the women of African descent. Well, let's take a quick look at the quick cuisine, which is next. I know Chef Praise have a lot of wonderful recipes off his sleeves. Let's see.
Hello and welcome to Quick Cuisine segment of the Morning Delight Show here on NTA. I am Praise Audio, the chef for today. So today we'll be cooking yam and bread next to us, and trust me, this is a meal that you would want to have for either breakfast, lunch or dinner. And you can also have it 3 times a day without getting tired of it because I love it so much. Now we'll be going through our ingredients without wasting so much time. This here is our garden egg, tomato and pepper. We actually steamed it already for like 5 minutes, then we pounded it with our local mortar and pestle, a very small one that we used to pound other ingredients, other dry ingredients and all of that. So this is it here. We have our chopped onions, we have our fish and crayfish, prawn. They are all dry. You can also use frozen, but I prefer this to that here. So this is smoked fish, very nice and delicious. It gives the food a great aroma. This is groundnut oil. You can also use palm oil, but today we'll be going for groundnut oil. This is salt, as we all know, and this is seasoning cubes. Lastly, this is the yam, already in the pot. So we'll be going straight to cooking. We will be going into frying our sauce as our yam is already on fire. We'll be going to fry our sauce. Now we have all our ingredients here just for convenience and quick access. Now we'll go into turning our groundnut oil as our first ingredient into the frying pan. Pour as many quantity as you want, depending on what you are frying. Then first off, you go with your onion. You stir. This is smoked fish, so it's not really dry as this one would be. So you're going to add in this so it can give the oil a different taste from its natural taste. So you add a little to it, depending on how you want it to be. It's fine for me. And you stir properly. This is the first one. We're going for the second round. Then we see how it goes to. Then we leave to fry for a bit. I have gotten the consistency I want with the fish and onion. So without wasting so much time, I'll just go to adding my already steamed and pounded garden eggs, tomato and pepper. We'll have to cover this to steam for a bit before we add our last ingredient, which is the dried fish and crayfish also. So let's try it and see how it looks. So delicious. So delicious. You want to try it. So now let's turn up our gas for this. Yes. Cover a bit and go to our yam. Our yam is still coming up. Let's give it another 5 minutes to boil, then we'll come back to check it. This is the final result of the whole process we've been going through since, the yam and garden egg sauce. This is what it looks like, very delicious. That's all we can take for today. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.
It's always a pleasure to see what Chef Praise have on the plate. John, I know you're going to try the recipe.
Yeah, I'm a fan of, I like yam a lot.
That's an open confession.
So, yes.
Well, time to put finished touches on our conversation on the theme of the day. Honorable Mara Edeko is still here. Thank you so much. And we want her to meet with this talented and dynamic saxophonist who is also doing us proud. Her name is Ahigbe Peace Adewede. Let's quickly see her profile. Well, let's see the delectable Peace sax.
Thumbs up to you, Peace Sax. You're welcome to
Thank you
Morning
very
Delight.
much. Thank you very much.
That performance was thrilling. I know you're going to do more later.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Now, Peace, you're welcome again to the show.
Thank you, sir.
I want to know, as an instrumentalist,
Okay.
how do you use your talent for music to empower women of African descent?
Okay, my talent of music to empower descent. First of all, God helped me. It started from somewhere. But the first thing I have to say is that playing the saxophone actually helped me because males are more dominant in this part. So if you do the statistics, you find out more males play than females. So playing the saxophone allows me to build myself, help me find my faith. It empowers me, it inspires me too, so that I can be a better person out there. So playing the saxophone, it also breaks that social barrier whereby only male do this. So when I play it, I felt like, okay, some people encourage me like, wow, this is good, and I'm more inspired to do more about it.
I like the inspiration, trying to break the glass ceilings. It's not just the
Yes,
male.
not just men.
Well, we're celebrating International Women and Girls of African Descent. Yes, that's why we have Honorable in the house. But from your very interesting profile, says you're an educationist.
Yes.
Educationist, how do you balance this with the SaaS business?
Of course, it's not always easy, but time management. I had to balance my time and discipline. Yes, I remember when I was in school, I have to go for classes, come back. When others are resting, I have to rehearse because you need to. But there's a friend of mine, okay, can I call his name? Okay, I remember I was at always tell me, you have to rehearse, you have to rehearse, you have to. Okay, I'm like, okay, I'll have to rehearse. So constantly rehearsing helped me this far.
Okay, what inspires your music
Okay,
and
what
creativity?
My desire. First of all, my interest. I remember the first time I heard someone play saxophone. I was walking towards a classroom. So I heard the sound. I actually left what I was doing to follow the sound. So that I got there, I actually saw a guy playing the saxophone. I was like, I want to learn this thing. He thought I was actually joking, so I kept on disturbing him. So first of all, it was my interest, my passion, my desire for it. That's what inspired me to learn it.
Okay, the desire, the interest, everything.
Yes.
Of course, that's what every woman out there needs to grow. Peace. You heard the sound of a saxophone and the
Yes.
desire grew. I
Yes.
heard the sound of when you were coming in and the interest grew. Celebrating women of African descent now, can you give the women something special?
All
Please
right.
don't be
Yes.
jealous.
No, I won't.
Okay, all right.
How's that?
Beautiful.
Delightful.
Delightful.
Joy is coming for the international women. Yes. Honorable, do you have something to say to the young saxophonist?
Oh, I'm so inspired.
Wow, thank you very much, ma'am.
And she's a great girl. This is the spirit. This is how to get to the top. You can achieve anything you want to when you have the passion, you have the commitment, and you make sacrifice.
Yes.
You will be the best, I can tell you.
Amen.
Because if people have a choice to make between the male and the female, you're there. And you excel.
Yes.
I can tell you, you will be chosen first.
Thank you very
so
much, ma'am.
you will have the blessing
Amen.
of a
Amen.
woman. So
Amen.
if I can do the little I've done, I'm sure you can be greater than us.
Yes, amen, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Grateful,
Beautiful.
ma'am.
That was really insightful, prayerful, and all. Well, celebrating the African women and the girl child of African descent. Now, let's catch up on some juicy news from both international and the local entertainment scene. On the entertainment gist, Jam, what's up?
Yeah, on the entertainment scene, we have a lot. We always have the latest update from Nollywood to Hollywood and all the who's around. Let's see entertainment gist.
I give you money, why you today call me? You say you want me, but for really funny. You get the money, you matter cause I forget the money. No.
On entertainment gist, a top Nigerian female artist breaking the glass ceilings. First on the list is Tiwa Savage, original name Tiwa Tokwe Molara Savage, born 5th February 1980, known professionally as Tiwa Savage, is a Nigerian singer, songwriter, and actress. Savage sings in English, Nigerian Pidgin, and Yoruba. Her music is a blend of Afrobeat, R&B, Afropop, and hip-hop. Savage's contribution to the Nigerian music industry has earned her several achievements, such as in November 2018, Savage won Best African Act at the 2018 MTV-based Europe Music Awards, becoming the first woman to win the category. In May 2019, she announced a record deal with Universal Music Group and a Zit from Maven Records. Savage chart studio album, Sila, which was released in August 2020, yielded the singles Attention, Dangerous Love, Kuruba, and Temptation. Up next is Thames. Original name, Temilade Openi, born 11th June 1995, known professionally as Thames, is a Nigerian singer, songwriter, and record producer. She rose to prominence after being featured on Wizkid's 2020 single, Excess, which peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts following the release of the remixed version with Justin Bieber. The song earned her a Grammy Award nomination that same year. She was featured on the song Fountains by Canadian rapper Drake. Thames received the highest nomination for an African art at the 67th Annual Grammy Awards, earning 3 nominations. Up next is Simi. Original name, Simisola Bolatito Kosoko, née Oguleye, born April 19, 1988, better known by her stage name Simi, is a Nigerian singer, songwriter, and actress. She started her career as a gospel singer, releasing her debut studio album in 2008, titled Ogaju. She also played as one of the top judges in season 7 of the Nigerian Idol TV show in 2022. She gained public recognition in 2014 after releasing Thief,
a song that was nominated for Best Alternative Songs at the Headies in 2015. Celine signed a record deal with SM Music in 2014, but left the label in May 2019 following the expiration of her contract. Up next is Yemi Alade. Yemi Eberechi Alade, born 13th March 1989, known professionally as Yemi Alade, is a Nigerian singer, songwriter, actress, and activist from the Akoko part of Ondo. Her music is a mixture of Afropop, highlife, dancehall, pop, and R&B, and has been an influence in several countries across Africa. Alade received generally positive reviews and accolades for outstanding performance during the opening ceremony. More so later, November 8th, same year, Alade was announced as a nominee of the 67th Annual Grammy Awards. She earned this nomination for her song, Tomorrow, on the category of the Best African Music Performance. According to the Recording Academy, Alade assets unflappable confidence and self-belief in her piano track from her Rebel Queen album. That's all on Entertainment Gist.
The entertainment world is always buzzing with excitement. Now, let's get the inside track on the hottest headlines for this week. Pearl, what's the latest for this week?
Trust me, John, this week has really been bustling with activity. But let's revisit the top story and see what's brewing for the future.
On our top stories, the new Edo line. Governor Madu Babalo restores Edo dominance, regional mobility with the opening of the new Edo line. A line of buses, newly minted in gleaming white, rolled out from the heart of Edo State like emissaries of a vision long overdue. They didn't speak, but they told the story of a government thinking beyond potholes and politics, of a state daring to connect itself not just by roads or by relevance. This is the new Edo line. And it's not just transportation, it's a strategy in motion.
In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit.
Once a trusted name in regional mobility, the Edo line had become a ghost of itself, a memory buried under decades of neglect. Reviving it was not just a logistic project, it was a bold reclamation of identity. Governor Madu Babalo's decision to breathe new life into the brand is the kind of move that reveals a leader's philosophy, that the past isn't always to be discarded. Sometimes it needs to be redesigned and relaunched with purpose. The new Edo line we have started as a bus project, but it has become something more powerful, a mirror reflecting what is possible when government refuses to sit still. Because in the end, buses don't dream, but governments do, and great ones take their people along for the ride. That's all on Weekly Review.
Congratulations to
Big congratulations to Edo
Light.
State.
Exactly. We're going to take a ride on that bus very soon.
Yes. At least that's a good development for the state.
Exactly.
It will ease the issue of transport.
And increase comments as well.
Exactly.
Hey, sport lovers, converge here because right now we're going live into the action to catch the best sports moment on our sport reel.
Nigerian Super Falcons secured a spot in the final of the Women's African Cup of Nations after a hard-fought 2-1 victory over South Africa's Banyana Banyana in an intense semi-final clash. The match, played with high intensity, saw the Super Falcons take the lead in the first half through Rasheedat Ajibade, who calmly converted from the penalty spot in the 45th minute to give Nigeria a 1-0 advantage heading into the break. South Africa responded strongly in the second half and leveled the score in the 60th minute when Linda Mohalo converted the penalty to make it 1-1. With the game seemingly headed for extra time, Nigeria found the winner deep into the stoppage time. Michele Alozie struck in the 90th plus 4 minutes after setting up from Esther Okoronkwo, sealing a dramatic win for the Falcons. The victory sees Nigeria book a place in the WAFCON finals, continuing their dominance on the continental stage and putting them within reach of another title. In the foreign scene, Manchester United acquisition of Mbeumo from Bradford adds another attacking option for the Red Devils. Newly promoted Leeds United signing of Sturridge to strengthen their midfield also prepares them for the Premiership season. That's it on Sport Rail.
We still have our esteemed guest in the house, Honorable Maria Edeko. Thank you so much for joining us amidst your busy schedule in the house.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
And yes, thank you. And to my delectable piece, Ahigbe.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much for coming. You're
Thank
really
you.
an inspiration, I must say that.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
So, as we're about rounding off, any last words, Honorable, to women of African descent?
Yeah, my appeal is to the critical stakeholders that enough of lamentation about the cultural barriers and marginalization of women. It's time to accelerate action, take decisive action to show up the number of women in parliament so that women can be at the decision making table. It is for our development as a nation.
All right.
So I
Thank
celebrate
you very
women on this
much.
day. Thank you.
We are honored.
Peace. Every
Any
young
last
girl's
words?
watching
Yes, from
you.
you, peace.
Just do what you have to do, what you know how to do best. Don't let your mindset stop you, and you get there in time.
Just like you.
So now, before we go, peace.
Yes,
you
sir?
promised to do something for us.
Oh, I didn't forget that.
Okay, so we are here. We want to dance to your tune.
I don't know.